Hey everyone, welcome back to Care Fiction. I'm your host Subhankar. The new trailer of The Witcher has jazzed up the anticipation. Don't ask how much of a fan like me is hyped right now. Of course, the monsters are one of the reasons why this series is so good. But that got me thinking, what about the signs that help Geralt in his profession? So today, we are going to learn about the signs that our beloved Geralt of Rivia or any other Witcher uses. I will be taking into account the lore from the books and a few bits from the video games. So let's begin. Witchers are created by a very long and painful process that involves magic. Because of this, they are bestowed with some innate magical abilities, although they cannot use this magic as in the scale of a mage or a sorcerer. You see, in the world of the Witcher, all the magic is drawn from the four natural elements: earth, fire, wind and water. It is thus believed that the Witchers can cast simple magical spells drawn from these elements. These spells are called signs, which are mostly executed by specific gestures made by the fingers. Casting these signs require a lot of mental strength and concentration. So when done properly, they can be highly effective in combat or non-combat situations alike. There are 7 signs, and out of those 5 are considered to be the primary ones. So let's look into each. As explained in the book, the Aard spell belongs to the family of psychokinetic magic, which is based on trusting the energy in a required direction. The force of the trust depends on the will and the focus of the person throwing it, and also on the expelled force. In simple terms, Aard is a telekinetic blast that can stun, repel, knock down or disarm opponents. And if its intensity is high enough, it can break down a few objects like a wall or a barrier. Aard uses 2 natural elements, mind and air. We have seen Geralt using Aard against the Striga and also during the dragon sequence in the Netflix series. The Axii is a magical sign that has a hypnotic effect. It can calm down people and creatures and manipulate their minds. The sign caster can carry out his own will through the person under the effect, like manipulating a guard to open a restricted door. However, this effect may not work on anyone or any creature. For instance, it may not work on a strong-willed person or a highly intelligent creature like a higher vampire. Axii draws its power from both water and the mind. The sign of Yrden is particularly unique. Unlike the other signs, it needs to be cast or inscribed on a solid surface. When cast, it blocks monsters from getting closer by dint of a magical barrier. It usually has a circular spread from the point of inscription, and most enemies that fall under this area are slowed down. Awesome, right? Now think of wraiths or spirits. They are non-corporeal beings. That is, when you attack them with a weapon, you cannot hit them. Most likely you will go through them. But with Yrden and under its circle of influence, they become corporeal beings just like any other enemy, for a brief time. Yrden derives its power from the 5th element, which is a combination of all the 4 natural elements. The Quen sign is sometimes called the Witcher's shield. It forms a protective field around the caster, defending the Witcher against most weapon attacks or a few magical attacks. However, it breaks after a single powerful attack. Quen uses earth magic to form a protective barrier. I am excited to see this sign in the 2nd season because the latest trailer shows Geralt using it. Igni is the coolest among all the signs, and it literally is also the hottest one. It is a pyrokinetic burst of fire, more like small flakes of flames that can ignite an enemy. Imagine you are in a dark area. With the flick of the fingers, you can create a flaming torch. And needless to say, almost all monsters are susceptible to fire. Igni is sourced from the fire magic. There are 2 additional signs. Heliotrop is a sign similar to Quen, but unlike Quen, it is useless against physical attacks. In fact, it is cast by crossing their wrists, and it shields against charms, spells and other energies. Somne is a simple spell and it is used to put the target to sleep. So these are all the signs that are found in a Witcher's magical toolbox, with signs on one hand and a silver sword on the other. No wonder why they are so good at monster slaying. But bear in mind that casting signs requires a fair amount of time, willpower and concentration, at the expense of mental exhaustion that sometimes tires the Witcher. So that was briefly about the Witcher signs. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon.